Morgan Wallen, the country singer from Tennessee, he abruptly walks off stage after his Saturday Night Live performance. Let's jump into the video and go from there.
Morgan Wallen raised his eyebrows with his abrupt exit from Saturday Night Live. On March 29th, the country singer returns to the NBC sketch comedy series since his first appearance in 2020. And when host Mikey Madison finished her final goodbye, Morgan wasted no time to exit the stage.
Thank you so much to Morgan Wallen. I had a wonderful time.
And following his abrupt exit, the 31-year-old shared a snap of a private jet to his Instagram story with the caption, "Get me to God's country." E! News has reached out to Morgan's reps for comment on his walk-off, but has not yet heard back. As for his performances on the episode, the country singer starts off with a titular song from his upcoming album, I'm the Problem.
And your miss never do no wrong if I'm so awful. Then why'd you stick around this long in your pieces? And why you keep on pulling it off? When you look at me, you halfway see yourself.
He later returned to the stage to deliver another track from his new album titled Just in Case.
Every time I try to see the break, and there's always a good time to take a place. But I never followed up, maybe just in case. You wake up on me out of the blue. You lay down needing what I used to do. Yeah, every now and then I go give and taste. But I never followed up, maybe just in case, just in case.
And Morgan's latest appearance on the show comes almost 5 years after the singer was disinvited to perform on the show after he broke SNL's COVID-19 protocols in October of 2020. In videos spread online at the time, Morgan could be seen partying maskless and not social distancing after an Alabama football game. However, he went on to make his debut on the show 2 months later in December of 2020.
I mean, everybody's losing their mind over this. This could be absolutely nothing. And why is this even a big deal? Because he's a conservative? So he walked off stage. He left. It was over. Okay, I'm leaving. And I'm not to throw myself or inject myself into this situation, but I do things like that. Okay, it's time to go. Bye. So I don't know why everybody's making a big deal about it. But if Morgan Wallen came out and said he hates SNL and he doesn't really like being there and he's surrounded by liberal lunatics, if he did say that, if he ever does say that, then why are you there? You know, when he said, get me to God's country, I hear people from the South and from Pennsylvania and places like that say that all the time because of the farmland and the view and the mountains. So I don't think it's necessarily anything derogatory towards New York. I just think that's where he likes to be. Now, again, if he did come out and say, you know, it's a godless place and I don't like New York and I'm surrounded by liberals, then I would ask him, then what the hell are you doing there? But I don't think this is a big deal. People are always trying to dig up some dirt and turn absolutely nothing into something. And are they doing it because he's famous? Are they doing it because he's considered a Trumper and conservative? We'll never know why people do the things that they do. But I don't see anything that he did was wrong. He wasn't rude to anybody. He didn't mock New York. He didn't say anything against liberals or Democrats. The show was over and he walked away. So I don't really think this is a big deal whatsoever. 3 out of the 4 missing soldiers in Lithuania have been found. There's no word how they were killed or if there was foul play involved in their deaths. Supposedly, the vehicle that they were traveling in was submerged in water. Let's jump into the video and find out.
A file video with you as we are now learning that 3 U.S. soldiers have been found dead after disappearing during a training mission in Lithuania. 3 of 4 U.S. Army soldiers who disappeared during a training mission in Lithuania last week have been found dead. but the search is ongoing for the fourth soldier. That is according to the Army. Their identities not released at this hour. Now, we did want to share the very latest as the U.S. Army is continuing to investigate. This happened last week when 4 U.S. soldiers disappeared while training in Lithuania. They now say that 3 of the 4 confirmed dead, but the search is ongoing for the 4th U.S. soldier. The U.S. Army said that the Hercules armored vehicle that the 4 U.S. soldiers were in during a training exercise had been found submerged in a body of water. It said recovery efforts at the time last week were underway by U.S. Army and Lithuanian armed forces and civilian agencies. The soldiers were all from the 1st Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, and they were conducting tactical training when they disappeared. And we did want to bring you the very latest as we now know, according to the Army, that 3 of the U.S. soldiers have been found dead after they disappeared during a training exercise in Lithuania. The 4th U.S. soldier still has not yet been recovered as we continue to follow this breaking news. The U.S. soldiers were in Lithuania, and that is one of the Baltic countries, including Latvia and Estonia, that are all NATO members and have had oftentimes chilly ties with Russia since declaring independence from the Soviet Union back in 1990. So we are continuing to follow this breaking news at this hour, bringing you all updates as they happen.
I think it's terrible. You could see the mud. You could see how easily it would be for a vehicle to be submerged if the vehicle was super heavy. I think it's a little strange that only 3 of the 4 have been found dead, because when you look at the mud and how deep it is, you would think that all the bodies would pretty much be in the vehicle or right next to each other. I mean, this is terrible. Pray for those soldiers. Pray for those families. That's a terrible way to die. President Trump has signed an executive order to transform American museums back to being pro-American and to honor and cherish things that are American, the traditions here, not woke garbage, not trans women. There's no such thing as a trans woman. You're a man. Let's jump in and see what President Trump has done.
And now to national headlines, as President Donald Trump is looking to change museums and parks across the U.S. in an executive order he signed this week. Now, the move directs federal agencies and the Smithsonian to eliminate what he calls divisive and anti-American content from museums and national parks. Now, this would include museums removing some historical context relating to race and gender. It also banned the forthcoming American Women's History Museum from recognizing transgender women.
Well, that would be a problem because there's no such thing as transgender women. You're a man. And I love how President Trump, he's not going for the garbage anymore. He's not going to allow Democrats and liberals to make a complete joke out of America, our history, our traditions, our customs. I can't wait till next Christmas to see how beautiful the White House is, all lighted up with Christmas lights, the word Merry Christmas, honoring Jesus. Unlike Joe Biden and Democrats who light the White House up with the rainbow flag, do the most disgusting things on Easter. Thank God for President Trump. He's transforming our nation back into the beautiful superpower that it has always been and will always be when we have the right leadership here. I'm going to end it with this, something a little different. I love John Wick. I love all the John Wicks. I hope you do too. But John Wick Chapter 5, the trailer has been released. Let's jump into it.
Dear Jonathan, time has passed since you left us. We all miss you. The whole high table met your funeral with thunderous applause. But life is a great joke. It seems they celebrated too early.
Claim to have seen Mr. Wick's body during the funeral. I'd like to see it. It's rumors. Mr. Wick's grave is nothing more than a fake. It's It said that you put another body in there, while real Mr. Wick found someone to help him escape.
I haven't got the slightest idea where
You're mistaken. They also
always
say that
liked
the
him.
so-called Bowery King is in league with you, and that he's hiding him.
I understand that his identity is shrouded in rumors and legends. But even John Wick could not escape death.
John fucking Wick. How do you feel? Because I am really pissed. Oh, you pissed, John? Yeah.
Mr. Wick isn't dead already. He soon will be.
The movie looks like it's going to be awesome. Lawrence Fishburne plays his part perfectly. He's excellent for his part. And Keanu Reeves is always going to be Keanu Reeves, the ageless wonder. Every John Wick movie that I've ever seen has been good, along with any other Keanu Reeves movie. I don't think I've ever seen a Keanu Reeves movie that wasn't good, and he's had some terrible scripts, and he's just a terrific actor. So go out and support Keanu Reeves. You never hear any anti-American woke garbage coming out of his mouth. It just makes the movie more enjoyable and easier to support.